The energy, the excitement, and you saw it in the streets building all day long. This morning we saw it certainly as people crowded the square, and then this afternoon as they continue to pour in here waiting for this moment. And the pageantry is just unbelievable. Now all eyes locked on that papal balcony and the scarlet draping, waiting to find out who the new pope is and whether this pope will be a surprise, not only in name, but perhaps a geographic surprise.
For folks just joining us, we have a graphic if you're trying to work the math and see how long we'll have to wait, looking at a comparison of the last three, the kind of elapsed time after the first appearance of the white smoke. So John Paul I, it was 1227, and then we learned his name 1252. That would lead to John Paul II in rapid succession, 1222 to 117. And then, of course, Cardinal Ratzinger, Pope Benedict, 1149 to 1243. So we're nearing the ballpark here soon, and that would also be borne out by the movement of the band's color guards who will fill a large portion of the open plaza in front of the building before we're done here. Elements of the Italian Armed Forces by branch. And George Weigel, explain a little bit more behind the scenes. There's a great distance to be traveled, first of all, from the Sistine Chapel, all of it slow pace, ceremonial, and then what we would call in America a kind of a robing room.
That's right, Brian. From the Sistine Chapel, the new pope, after he formally accepts his election and announces to his brother cardinals the name by which he chooses to be known, goes into what is called traditionally the Room of Tears, where three possible white vestments, white cassocks have been prepared, small, medium, and large. He'll be vested in that room. He will receive, as Father Barron said a moment ago, gestures of greeting from his brother cardinals. John Paul II changed that ritual. Pope used to sit down to receive the cardinals who had just elected him. John Paul II brushed the chair aside and said, "I receive my brothers standing." After that's completed, the Pope will go to the Pauline Chapel, where this whole dramatic process began yesterday, for a moment of prayer before the Blessed Sacrament, surrounded by marvelous frescoes of Peter and Paul, not frescoes, paintings, by Michelangelo, two of the last great works of his life. And then it's really not that long a walk from the Pauline Chapel to this loggia, this balcony that we see here. That is a balcony off what is known as the Hall of Benedictions. It sits atop the narthex, or the vestibule, of St. Peter's Basilica. It's one of the larger audience halls in the Vatican.